to What's the Vibe? So this is part 2 of What's the Vibe Wavelength. If you caught yesterday's release, that was Thursday. Where we did part 1. We talked about connecting with your audience engagement, specifically as it pertains like strictly to the audience and how you deal with the audience directly. You specifically may have some things that you do yourself that are going to be very unique to you, and that have to do with how you process you and yourself, to better get the response that you're looking for out of your audience and performance. So let's go ahead and get started. Run it. Alrighty. So thing number 1 for today. Now, someone labeled this as like self-deprecating. Like the actual tip was self-deprecate, which I don't necessarily agree with. In fact, I don't agree with at all. I think that's terrible wording. Please don't self-deprecate. It's not good for you, not good for your mental health. But what I will say instead is just don't take yourself too seriously, right? Have fun, like just relax, okay? There have been plenty of times where I have stepped onto stage and it's that one song in the set that's been super difficult to rehearse and super difficult to learn. And I may lead with that. I may say, look, y'all, I've spent countless hours working on this song, and for whatever reason, I cannot get this damn section of this song or whatever it is. I just give a little backstory and people laugh and it's good. And so if I have a little mishap in the middle of the song, we can all laugh about it and keep going. So just don't take yourself too seriously, okay? Relax, take a deep breath. You're fine. There's gonna be mistakes. No show is perfect. Well, shows are rarely perfect anyways. So just have a good time and don't worry about the mistakes. And if there are mistakes, just make light of them. I promise you, like, no one is going to shoot you down or no one's that concerned about it. Okay? So, next piece of advice I have for you, okay? Know how to change the mood, okay? Now, you can do this in a lot of different ways, right? You could do it by the music, you could do it by the stories, you could do it with transitions, i.e. lights or music transitions. If you do like some visual something, a dance, I don't know, whatever, right? But change the mood. Have the mood constantly changing. You don't want to have a stale show, and you don't want it to just get stagnant on stage. Because that will not be good for you, and it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you to know that your audience is not responding to you in a way that verifies that what you're doing is good. So change the mood, you know what I mean? Try not to play too many slow songs back to back or too many fast songs back to back. Have a good balance of up and down. Know when to tell stories. Know how long to tell stories. That's the most important thing. You could tell a story or give a backstory between every single song, but if it goes on for 5 minutes each time, that might not be a good look, and there are going to be people that you lose in the audience. So just be mindful. If you are lucky enough to do a main stage big production that have lights and band and sound and all this really cool stuff, really process how you want to set up your stage, how you want to look from beginning to end. Heck, I even know people who do wardrobe changes. They'll do 45 minutes, they'll take a 15-minute break, they'll come back and do another 30 minutes in a whole new outfit. Things like that will change the mood. So don't be afraid, be flexible, and be quick on your feet, for sure. So this next tip actually piggybacks off of the one that I just gave you, and it piggybacks off of some things that I was mentioning in the previous video, part 1 of this week's segment, right? So you want to have storytelling skills, okay? You really, really want to develop those skills. Pauses, dynamics, if you have sections where you're whispering, for effect, you need to be in control of your narratives. You have to be in control of your narratives. You have to also know how to tell your story in a way that's going to be entertaining and in a way that's going to keep people's attention. Timing is super important, just like I mentioned, how long the story is, but then also where you place them, right? I mean, you can do something between each and every song, but is that going to be the best option? That's repetitive. Is your audience going to be reactive to the repetitiveness and to the pattern in a negative way? Right? These are things that you want to process. These are things that you want to be thinking about. So really take time to hone and develop your storytelling skills. You may even want to practice in front of someone else, Go through your set, practice in front of other people, family members, friends, or practice just in front of yourself. Set up a camera if it's just you, or if you have your band, whatever it is, and you or you all sit and critique what you watch, practice it, and critique it and sit and go, oh man, look at it from the standpoint of an audience member, go, oh man, that story was too long, I can't talk that longer. Oh man, like I lost me in the middle of this, or oh man, that transition just doesn't make sense, it doesn't look good, or maybe it's the opposite. It's wow, that's awesome, this is great, this is perfect, I gotta keep this, or wow, that light really complements my skin and complements my outfit or whatever, I think that's gonna look great. So really take some time to hone that skill, and just know what's going to work and what's not, ultimately. Rolling that into stagecraft, okay? Stagecraft are like these subtle performance things, little things like, putting both hands up at the end of a song to mark something triumphant that has occurred. Starting your show completely in the dark and then boom, hitting a spotlight, hitting you with a spotlight on that first chord, and then, after the beginning slow section of the song, when it picks up and the whole band comes in, lighting up the whole stage, you can see everything that's going on, right? Those are subtle performance choices that really make a difference, and that really is the difference between, we're just going out on the town and checking out some local artists, and holy hell, that was a show, right? There's a clear and distinct difference between the two, okay? So, consider things that will make your performance different from anything that anyone else has maybe ever seen. I'm a huge advocate of like decorations and things like that. I talk about it a lot. I haven't got a chance to do it myself in my own show, but I always have these visions of like, performing in a forest that I built on the stage myself, things like that. So stagecraft is super, super important. Stagecraft is what sets you apart from anybody else who may be coming before or after you, maybe in the same venue or may have been in the venue before. And that doesn't say that doesn't make you better or them better. It just makes you unique, and that's what you want. You want to have a level of uniqueness to you that people are going to recall and going to remember. So definitely sit down and really plan out your show. Really write out your ideas and see what's feasible, see what works. Talk to the venue, see what kinds of things they allow, so that you can really be unique and you can be eclectic, and so you can be remembered. These last two things that I have for y'all are the most important things, probably of anything that I'm going to say between these two videos. So number one, know how to end your show. End it gracefully and gratefully. Gracefully and gratefully. Humbly, modest, but with pizzazz, right? Just whatever your special ending is, whether it's you ending on, a tragic story that with a light at the end of the tunnel, or whether it's this dramatic light change, or whether it's this, big booming triumphant song, know how to end. bow, tell your audience that how much you appreciate them being there, wish them safe travels getting back to wherever it is that they came from, and thank them for being there, because they didn't have to be. They could have been anywhere else in the world, but they decided to be there with you. You know, it was a choice. So yeah, thank them. End your show gracefully and gratefully every time. You know, they appreciate it, just like you would if you were sitting in their seat. Gracefully and gratefully. So last thing I have for you all this week, and this has been an awesome segment. I'm super excited to continue to do this more with you all. And so my last tip on connecting with your audience and promoting positive audience engagement and getting that standing ovation that you deserve is to have fun. Easy. Probably the easiest tip on the list. Have fun. Have a good time. Don't think too much. Don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun. Be intelligent. Be a thinking performer, yes, but do not overthink. There's a difference. You know, sometimes it's better to just leap in and be a little wrong than to overthink yourself out of being right. So have fun. Enjoy yourself. Wear what you want. Wear what makes you feel good. And perform your heart out. Perform your heart out. Connect with your audience. Show them that you care about how they feel. Know how to change your mood. Really develop your stagecraft. Get your storytelling under control. Know your audience. Own the show. Own the show. And get them involved. They want to be involved in what you're doing. That's why they're there. So, as always, guys, this is Akili. What's the vibe? Week 4. This thing has been rolling and going. It's still new, but I am still ever so excited to be able to share things with you guys, talk to y'all every single week. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If you have any other things that you want to add, or if you have any other segments or topics that you would love for me to give you tips or advice on, or just other things you'd love to see me talk about and discuss, let me know. I am here for you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for being a part of my journey. All right, that is all for this week, and we'll see you at the next one. Vibe out.